Hi, Keithra Molly here from KeithraMolly.com, founder of Mommies on a Mission, author, speaker. I just jumped off of Periscope sharing why I wrote my book, Confessions of a Woman Saved by Grace, and I thought to do just a quick video to share why I wrote the book and to share what I hope to gain from writing the book. And the book just talks a little about some of the things I went through as a teenage mom and a woman who wanted to discover who exactly she was and why I was here. I feel like everybody has a purpose. Everybody was created for a reason. Like, we didn't just come here to take up space or to exist. God birthed in us something that he gave an assignment to us, or had assignment for us long before we were even conceived. And I just knew it was more to life than going through a cycle, going through a cycle of hurt, pain, anger, and bitterness, going through a cycle of not feeling love where you don't belong. I just knew it was more to life than that. And when I had my son, that opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. I didn't want my child to go through the same things that I went through, and I knew if I had stayed on the path that I was when I had him, he would have ended up being motherless. He was already fatherless because his father left me, because he didn't feel like he had to take care of his responsibilities. So that kind of woke me up to get it together, so to speak. And I just documented how I was feeling during that time in 2004, and I just compiled it all and put it together in my book. And my whole goal of writing the book was to inspire some women or young girl out there to turn every obstacle that they're faced with into opportunities to overcome and to create a life that they desire for themselves and their families. That's the whole purpose of the book. It's not to get rich, it's not to get fame, but it's solely to inspire, to motivate, and to encourage and support women who have gone through these same issues, the issues of taking care of being a single parent, the issues of feeling unworthy, the issues of feeling unloved, the issues of being broken, because I was broke in, like I felt like, it was nothing that could have put me back together again. My mother didn't want me, that's how I felt. My father didn't want me, and now the father didn't want me. So I was in a really bad state, and I was not on a good path. So his birth really changed my life, and it started me on a path to seeking God and to finding out what my purpose was and why I was here. So that's why I wrote the book. And I put a lot of personal stuff in there, I put a lot of deep stuff in there, and that was just because I was so tired of people just putting up these smoke screens saying, oh, God brought me through and God delivered me, and oh, it wasn't easy but I made it. But what did you really go through? What did you really overcome? What did God really save you from? Like, I felt like no one was really talking about the process. It's all good to say that God brought us from a lot, that he saved us, that he delivered us, and he changed our lives. I'm all for that because that's what he totally did for me. But what was it that he delivered you from? What is it that you're keeping a secret, that you're not confessing, that can save some young girl or some woman's life out there, that can stop them from making a choice of taking their lives, taking their family lives, or even or even them staying in an abusive relationship that doesn't serve them any good, any purpose? What is it that you're holding on to that you can sit down and speak lives into these women or girls who are out there hurting? And it's so much women and girls out there who feels like there is no hope, who feels like they're going through these things by themselves because no one is speaking up and saying what it is that they went through. They feel all alone. I know that's how I felt. I felt like no one understood what I was going through. Like, no one has been through nothing I've been through, because no one was speaking about it. No one was being transparent and real about these issues. And I feel like we need to stop, especially in these days and times. We need to stop with these smoke screens and stop covering up and start speaking our truths, because truthfully, our confession shouldn't hinder us, but they should inspire us to help others out there. So that's my challenge to you today. My challenge is to confess your sins, firstly to God. Because when he knows anyways, but when we confess, when we get them off our chest, that's when true healing and deliverance can take place. When I released that book and I hit send and I published that and I put that before the world, that's when I started to truly forgive. And I started to truly feel a weight lifted off my shoulder. And I started to release all of that anger and that hurt. And I started to work on me. It's when I put that book out there, because I'm a person, I don't like to pretend. So if I'm putting out something out there and I'm speaking on it, I want to be delivered from it, or I want to be able to tell you how I'm doing it daily. And no, it's been a year since I put out the book. No, I haven't fully forgave, or I haven't fully let go of all the anger, but it's a process. And that's what I need you to realize. It's a process. It's a daily process. People will hurt you on a continuous basis, but we need to learn how to let it go and release it. So that's my challenge to you. What it is that you need to confess, to truly let go and release, because that's the only time you will truly face true deliverance. So take me up on that challenge. Bye.